to succeed. When we put up the Samburu plant, hapa karibu hapa Samburu, when we put up the plant, there was a lot of problems from the manufacturers. Oh, sasa hii hakuna quality, hakuna quantity. We are now satisfying whole Kenya and we are exporting to the neighboring country, produced from here, from your land. Isn't it a proud moment? And we want to be proud Kenyan and patriotic Kenyan. Mimi asitaki tangleza pesa. I want to make sure that I produce the employment by 2030, Your Excellency. And I'm sure you will come for many openings and groundbreakings of our factories. My dream is by 2030, I want to employ 30,000 Kenyans directly. Today, we are paying direct and indirect taxes of 2 billion shillings every month. Out of 2 billion, by the time when we finish this project and couple of other projects, it will be much more higher than what we are paying. That is the way to collect the taxes, and not from anywhere else. And you will not have to struggle for the budget. We will bring 10 more industries. Sir, I want to confess one thing, that like Tata, one of the largest steel producer in the world, and other producer, together with the IFC and other bankers, supported me to put a $780 billion plant here for producing the steel coil. They want to put it, and I gave them the surety. I bought the land also here in Mombasa, not Mombasa, Samburu. They backed out last month because of, they say that now you are bringing the steel, they have allowed steel duty-free from South Africa. And South Africa has got the coal, South Africa has got the iron ore, and their cost is about 50% cheaper than us. But they have backed out last month. But mitafanya tu pole pole, the way you say that wachana anza kutangleza Datsun kwanza tafika uko Rolls Royce. I really, sir, don't want to say much, but I want to make sure that we become a proud investors. This project will employ 3,000 people. And my intention is we want to make sure that we employ minimum 80% local people from Taita. During the construction also, we will have thousands of people working here, and I have signed the contract, which I will share with the authorities here local, that the local should be given the priority. Today we have only 280 people working in the small construction, because now His Excellency have done the groundbreaking and we will start, we have given the contract to WAPCO. If you can stand up, these men, they are the industrial contractor, and I want to make sure that in front of everybody, I'm saying that the employees local community first. Unless you don't have the skill, definitely you have to bring it from other places. Thank you. I really feel that I want to show what kind of project we are going to put. I will appreciate if you can show that 3 minutes clip of the project, what it will look like here.
In a DRI process, the iron ore is reduced to sponge iron with the help of elementary carbon produced from coal and dolomite. The quality of iron ore available is generally poor, leading to the generation of poor quality sponge iron. While crushing the iron ore, considerable amounts of fines or waste materials are generated. Large quantities of these fines are accumulated at the crushing plants. Pelletization is an agglomeration process to turn the waste materials into spherical pellets. Pelletization is recommended for the following conditions: fines of good quality, high-grade iron ores which cannot be processed directly due to softness, low-grade iron ores which are not suitable for direct processing. Beneficiation is used in the last two conditions. Iron ore fines are processed at the beneficiation plant. washing or electric concentration method is used. Then the iron ore fines are dried. The dried fines are passed through a ball mill to grind to a predetermined size, which is normally -200 mesh. These ground fines are stored in a bin. Hydrated lime and bentonite are used as additives. All these three materials are stored in separate stock bins. Sometimes coke fines are also added. With the help of the dosing equipment, that is the weigh feeders, the required amount of these materials are conveyed to a mixer. The moist, mixed material is stored in a bin. Through a screw feeder, the mixed material is fed into a disc pelletizer for the formation of green pellets. The green pellets are screened for the removal of the fines. Through a roller conveyor, the green pellets are passed into a travelling furnace and a rotary kiln or a straight grate furnace. Iron ore pellets provide better yield than lumps. For optimum energy savings, online pelletization plant of lower capacity should be installed. In this process, the iron ore pellets in hot condition are directly transferred to the DRI kiln, thereby eliminating the requirement of additional coal and increasing production by 10 to 15%. For a 100 TPD DRI plant, use of iron ore pellets vis-a-vis lumps leads to the following benefits. 50% increase in sponge iron production annually, 70% reduction in generation of sponge iron fines, 20% reduction in specific consumption of iron ore per ton of sponge iron, 15% reduction in specific consumption of coal per ton of sponge iron, 15% reduction in the fixed cost component for production due to increase in production.
Hello. I don't want to take much of your time, but I must say one, that I don't want to talk which is not relevant, because when I was priest in the temple, one lady came to me and told me that when my husband gets angry, he beats me. So I said, Goja, I went into the room, I brought a small kamakitu gum in a cloth, and I gave her, I said, this is from God. When he gets angry, you put it in your mouth and press it. So Hena Kuja read, she came back after 1 week and told me that you have given me the wonderful medicine. It is really from God. My husband is not beating me now. So I told her, you stupid, you shut your mouth, because of that he was beating you. Thank you very much, sir. I will not take much of your time. Asante sana.
Tumpe makofi mazuri Bwana Guru, asante sana. Mheshimiwa Rais, sasa kwa heshima naomba kumwalika gavana wa gatuzi la Taita Taveta, Mheshimiwa Andrew Mwadime kutoa hotuba yake na vile vile kuwatambulisha viongozi wa gatuzi hili. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Okay, thank you. Your Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto.
Hiyo ni ya kuharibu jina ya serikali and ya investors' confidence. When investor wants to put his hard-earned money, His Excellency is building the low-cost housing. It is not for me. I have my house. It is for you guys. And iko siasa mingi sana nakuja huko. This, if the government doesn't do the infrastructure project and this kind of project, no industries in the country will come and do the employment. And also the SHI, which is for the health. Of course, we feel pinched today because we have never paid the tax. But if the government delivers the services, it will be the best thing what Kenyan will get, because we see so many people are dying because of flu, because of a small makonjo, because they don't get the treatment. I am sure that we will get the services and it will be done very soon and everybody will appreciate. A leader is who does something. If you don't do anything, it is better than to do 10 things and 7 things are good. even three things kama hapana faulu ni sawa tu, because at least he has done something. And we are very proud of you, Your Excellency, for your bold decision for the Kenyans and for the country. When you have put the tax, or when the government have introduced the tax for the housing levy and the health, this SHI, I have 14,000 people working Kenyan in my group. I increased their salary from 5% to 20%. I don't want them to lose any money from their pocket. None of my workers are here, some of them. You can ask them. They are all happy. They want to see that tomorrow, once we grow up and once we are somewhere, we will have a low-cost housing here in Taita, we'll have in Samburu, and they will buy that house. And they will be owning, if you have a roof above your head, and if you have a food on your table, and if you have clothes to wear, you are the above 75% richest people in the world. One thing what His Excellency is creating is the housing. And with that housing project, I am so proud that my Kenyan will not have to live in the shanties. We have got the independence over 50 years, and still we are struggling in the Mabati houses. And somebody has to change. And if nobody changes, Jesus came and he changed the perception of the people. If Jesus was not came or was not on the earth, we will be chakora. We will not know what to do, isn't it? I will be very honest. Mimi asitaki enda mbinguni. Lakini tasema that when Jesus came, he did the right thing and he was crucified by his own people. If I am wrong, please correct me. Why he was crucified, anybody can answer. Because of our sin. Is it correct? If it was because of our sin, then we are doing the sin. We are continuing doing the sin. Another Jesus will not come to crucify for us. I don't want to forget first appreciating the Bulia Range Committee and the members who have really supported me and gone out of their way to make sure that we get the land and build the factory and create the job for this area. Asante sana, all the members of Bulia Range and all the committee members, you have gone through a lot, but you have considered, and I will make sure that I will never let you down. I also want to thank you to Kishushe Range people who has agreed that we will make sure that whoever is mine, the iron ore is been continuous supply and given to the factory. This factory is the first factory in East and Central Africa which we will be producing from magnetite iron ore to make it usable iron ore in the country. This decision took a lot of time for me, but a lot of consultation with the people and a lot of push from the governor of the Taita Taveta County and the government. We thought that we can depend on the words of the government, and more than that, His Excellency, first of all, I must clarify, he doesn't have any share in my company. I don't think so. He is not my partner. I don't do any business with the government, but he loves creating the job. When last time His Excellency came here and promised to you all that hapa kiwanda tajengwa. After that, he must have called 10 times that I want this. Anyhow, we want to make sure that the factory is been built and my people of Taita Taveta get the job. I took a lot of effort to look for the financing, and because it is not a small investment, it is almost 11 billion Kenya shilling, which we are putting here on this land of Taita. And it is the history of Taita Taveta to get such big investment after the independence. I thank you, Your Excellency, and all the government's body is fully supportive, and they are supporting us in the industry, in the mining and labor and all other areas. I will make sure that I will not let down the government also in anything, including the tax collections from my company. I must talk about the tax because without the Ushuru, only creating the job also doesn't work, because how the government will get the taxes. I am very proud taxpayer. In Kenya, last 20 years, there is a law that anybody is putting the new investment, for example, a posho mill or any industry, they are exempt from the VAT by law. I